What is up, Storm Chasers? We are officially live tonight with Miss LaLaChiraq. Now, she has been making a lot of buzz on social media. You guys been in my DMs about her. Lala, me and you have been emailing back and forth for a little while now. So she is going to talk all things Bad Girls Club, Baddies ATL. She's going to tell her story. And before we get into everything, briefly introduce yourself for the people.
Hey y'all, my name is LaLaChiraq. I'm from Chicago. I'm a rapper. I do makeup, I do hair, I do everything pretty much. And I can't wait to let y'all meet me and me meet y'all. So let's get started.
Let's get it popping. So right off the bat, my first question to you is, how did you meet Tanisha Thomas and Natalie Nunn from the Bad Girls Club?
Okay, so they were hosting an event in April of 2014. And my auntie named Renisha, she really loved Bad Girls Club, and I love Bad Girls Club as well. And I was like, I really want to go to this event. And she was like, well, I'll take you. So we went down to Miami or whatever, and or I think it was Cali. It was one of those two.
Okay.
And when we went to the show or whatever, it was like a twerk contest or whatever. It was for the gays, the LGBT. And when we went outside, that's when they were out there, whatever, taking pictures of people. And I asked Natalie, we got close, and I was like, hey, can I get a picture? But she was like, not right now. And then I asked her, can you follow me back on Instagram? And she actually followed me back on Instagram right then.
Okay.
And then after that, when I went home, she unfollowed me. So I was like, maybe it's no big deal. Maybe it was an accident, But I always still followed her, and I used to send her little edits or whatever. I used to tag her and stuff back in like 2014, 2015.
Okay, so in 2014, 2015, how old were you?
I was 16.
So, well, how were you in a club then if you were 16?
I had a fake ID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute now, how'd you get in the club with them if you were... and that was what? That was 340 nightclub, right?
Yes.
Okay. So after that, you get home, Natalie unfollows you, but you still follow her. Did you guys develop a relationship or correspondence in any kind of way after that?
Yes, I went on Twitter, and I followed her on Twitter as well. And I would always tweet her. I would send her little clips or whatever. I would post her. I would tag her, be like, oh my God, Natalie, just hyping her up. You know how these fans be.
Right.
So I used to do that a lot. I would make edits, all type of stuff like that. And then she would DM me and be like, thank you, babe. Thank you, stuff like that.
So she was definitely aware of who you are or who.
Yes.
Okay. So like if she see your name, she knows who you are.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. And so from there, you're showing support. Let me ask you, did you want to get into reality at any point?
Yes, I did. I actually wanted to go on Real, but they only were accepting 21 and older. So I was trying to finagle my way in there. And then Bad Girls Club in 2016 was filming season 16. And me and Natalie was talking, and I was like, I really want to get on the next season. Can you help me or whatever? I knew I wasn't going to get on the season, but she said that she knew somebody from Monroe, whatever, the Oxygen.
The production company. Yes.
Agents there. And so I was like, hey, maybe you can help me or whatever. She was like, I got you, baby. Just hyping it up. She'll lie to you so you can listen to her, and she'll be like, I'm going to give you these benefits and all that. But she never come through with anything. So.
Okay. So she, and it sounds like too, maybe she, I don't know, I can't speak for her, but at the time, were they accepting girls that were trans at the time?
I don't think so, but she would tell me, yeah, they're gonna love you. You're gonna be a big star. She was just lying the whole time. Because now that I'm older and I can reflect on it, I can see a lot of things, a lot of different views on a whole bunch of different things now. So,
gotcha. Okay, so tell me about you going to Miami with Natalie. What was that situation about?
So I actually went to Nigeria with her first.
Okay, all right. So before we get to that, how did she ask you to go to Nigeria? It just seems like an odd place to go for no reason.
Yeah. So the first time she contacted me and she was like, I'm going to fly out of the country, whatever. I want to take a few people with me. And because we were DMing for like almost like 9 months. And she was like, I really want to take a couple people to this Nigeria or whatever. And then she asked me, the first time I said no, because when I asked my mom, she was like, hell no, I'm not going to let you go out of the country. You don't even got a passport. You don't got none of that. So I was like, I really want to go, whatever. And then I talked to my aunt, and my mom and my aunt talked, and then we were talking about this whole thing. So I didn't get to go on the first trip. And then she asked me again. And then that's when she was going to Nigeria, because she was pregnant with Journey at the time. So after she had Journey is when she asked me again in 2016, and I said yes.
Okay. And then when you were going to go to Nigeria, like, what was your goal in going? Like, what were you hoping to get out of that?
She told me that it was promotional. Everything was going to be paid for. I didn't have to worry about anything. All expenses paid. And that basically we were going to network and meet these people in Nigeria. You could become a bigger star in Nigeria, better than the United States, to get more money. That's what she was telling me.
Okay. Okay. And so you went?
Yes.
Now, what happened when you got there?
Well, before I went, I had to get a signed signature because I needed a guardian. So she told me actually, I was going to have my auntie sign it, but she told me actually just forge the signature. So I did that. And then she gave it to the pilot, the little private jet that she had. I think she rented it. And then he was like, okay, but she still needs a passport. So my aunt and my mom took me to the what do you call that? You know, the place where you get your state IDs and stuff like that.
Okay.
She took me there, and then I got it, and then first she had me make a fake one though, but I had to go. The pilot found out that it was fake, so he was like, "You can't go. She can't go unless you have a real one." So I had to go get a real one, and then my mom had to fill out some forms for me, and it was just a whole bunch of long ass thing.
Process to get a passport. Yeah, but how old were you at that time?
I think I was 17.
Oh, okay. So your mom let you go out the country at 17?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. You got a cool mama, because mom wouldn't have went for that. Wouldn't have went for that. Okay. So you tried to fake a passport. That didn't work, but you eventually got a real one, got on a plane. You went. How was it? How was it once you got there?
It was a long trip on the jet, and Tanisha was supposed to go, and she didn't go. She declined the trip. And actually, when I recently went into her comments, and I was like, hey, Tanisha, remember that one time in 2016, 2015 that we were supposed to go on this trip, and you declined the one that I went on? And she was like, she basically replied, she was like, you need to mind your business, because what happened between what she does in her private time has nothing to do with me or you. She never declined the trip in the comments, so the fans were seeing that, and they were like, so is it true? Is it true? And I was like, oh, it does have something to do with me, because I'm the one who went on the trip with her. And then she was all like, no, she deleted the comment, and then she blocked me after that.
And I've seen those receipts on your IG page, LaLaChiraq, so they can go to your page and actually see the screenshots of that. So why do you think Tanisha declined coming?
Maybe she had something to do. I don't know what she had to do. I don't know if she was hosting or I don't know.
Okay.
And then when we were on the jet, Natalie was talking about Tanisha, and she was like, I didn't want her to come to Nigeria anyway. She's, she was bigger at the time. She was like, nobody wants this is her words, not mine, y'all. She said nobody wants a big fat black bitch anyways. And then she was talking about her neck was like sweaty and dark and like and I think she was I don't know if she was still married or engaged to Clyde or something like that. The one with the twisted eye. And she was talking a whole bunch of shit about how she's cheating on him with her best friend. And just a whole bunch of shit. She was giving us she took 6 other girls, by the way, and there was 6 other girls who wanted to be Instagram models, but they really wasn't.
Okay.
So yeah.
And so even with the 6 other girls that went with you guys, were they underage too?
No, I think they were older than me. They looked a lot older than me.
Okay, cool. And so, damn, so she was just talking shit about everybody.
Yes.
God. It's a hell of a friend. Okay. So you get there. Where do you guys stay? What's the hotel like? What's the setup?
I think the hotel I gave you the name of the hotel. I think it was a stay hotel, something like that. I forgot the name of it, y'all, but I had to look it up and everything. When we got there, whatever, we were sitting in the lobby. When we landed, they got this big van. We all went into the van. Then we went to the hotel, whatever. And when we got into the hotel, there was this lobby, and then there was 2 sitting areas on each side. And then in the middle, when you go down, there's like this desk, and she went to the desk with this big buff security guard that actually flew with us. And I went to go use the bathroom, and she actually followed behind me into the bathroom. And after I used the bathroom, I washed my hands, whatever. She took my hands and she looked me in my eyes, and she was like, "Look, I don't want you to tell nobody you're transgender on this trip because you can get killed, I'll get killed, and we all will not make it back home." And so at that point, I was like, I didn't know why she was telling me that, but I knew now because we're in a foreign country and we don't know how they play about transgenders. So
Right.
She was basically telling me the whole time, don't tell nobody because this be a serious thing. And so I was like, okay. And then I went back to go sit with the girls in the area or whatever. She came to us and she was like, yeah, she got the keys for the hotel. And she was like, yeah, we're going to go up to the hotel. So she split us up in groups, and then we all had our hotel room with certain girls.
This sounds like some R. Kelly shit. The more you tell the story, I'm just like, okay. So you had to hide being trans because, of course, you're in Nigeria. So
yes.
Once you actually get to the room you're staying in, how many girls were in that room?
There was 3 with me.
Okay, 3 with you.
Yeah.
And so what did you guys do while you guys were in Nigeria?
So the first day, she took all the girls except me out, and I don't know what they did while I was out. So I was there the whole day in the hotel, lonely. It was hot in there. She confiscated our phones, so I couldn't go on the internet, or I didn't even know if there was hotel Wi-Fi or not there. And so She came back. I was in my bed, and I took my, I sleep naked, y'all. So I took my clothes off, wrapped my hair up, and I heard the door getting messed with or whatever. And she comes in, and then these 10 sweaty men just come through, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And the girls come through or whatever, and they're all talking, and Natalie's making jokes, laughing, and they're literally drunk. And I'm just sitting there oh, okay. And then the African man is just like, oh, and I was like, hi.
Okay. So she brings the girls back to the room, the sweaty men. Was everybody intoxicated or just the men?
I think they all were intoxicated.
Okay. And of course, men coming back to the hotel room, they're intoxicated. They trying to hunch on something.
Yeah. And so I was still sitting on the bed. The girls were sitting on their beds or whatever. A couple girls were sitting on a couple different beds. The guys were sitting on the beds too. Some were sitting in the chairs, but there was 3 guys on my bed. And then Natalie left the room with the main one, who was the big baller. Because later in the trip, we found out he was the wealthy man the one that she saw the music video with too. That one. And
okay.
She left with him, and then the guys were in there, and they're rubbing on me I didn't. Oh yeah, she told me also in the bathroom of the lobby, don't let them touch on you or feel down you. So they feel something down there, then we're probably gonna get in trouble. And so they were just rubbing on my leg, talking to me and saying I'm beautiful, just hyping me up or whatever. And then Natalie come back in the room. She points at me and she's like, "Come with me." And so I come with her, and we're in the hallway of hotel room because she's about to take me to another hotel room. And that door was already open. I saw it was cracked and it was completely dark, dim. And she told me in the hallway, she was like, I want you to go in there. I want you to basically give him a blowjob. And then she was ask him for some money, split the money in half, get some before, get some after, because she didn't know if he was going to play me or some shit like that. So she said, get half before and then half after. So I went in, and then I talked to the guy or whatever, and he got half before, and I passed it to Natalie, and she put it in her purse. And then I did what I did with the guy, and he gave me the rest of the money after.
And so had you ever sold yourself for money before that?
No.
So that was your
first time.
That's your first time doing that. Let me ask you a personal question. We already in your business at this point, but okay. Were you a virgin at that point?
Yes.
You were. Okay.
An oral virgin and anal virgin.
And an anal virgin. Okay. And what did you look like at 17 years old?
I had natural hair at the time. It was curly. It was up to my shoulders. I was a little slimmer, and I just looked the same, to be honest.
Okay, the same, just a little slimmer. So, all right. So you go in, you give the guy head, he finishes, and Natalie did she take all the money, or you said just half the money?
She took the half before and then the half after. When I went back in the hotel room, she put the rest in her purse. She was taking the money from all the girls after they finished what they were doing, and she'll collect it because she said, I'm going to trade it in after for American money, and then I'm going to split up to you guys when we get back home.
So this literally sounds like some real pimp shit.
I guess, yeah.
You do the act and then give me the money. Okay. So then, What happened after that?
And then after that, we went back to the hotel room, and she was actually, her legs were like spread open, and she was on the bed in the middle, and the guys were kissing on her. Some girls were on the bed too. So it was like this huge orgy. And I was like, I immediately broke down, went inside the bathroom, and I just started crying because like I was shook. I never like saw shit like this before, so like I didn't know what to think. And then she came and she knocked on the bathroom door, and she came in and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I'm just scared or whatever." She was like, "You didn't tell me that you're trans or anything, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay, then let's get this money. I'm telling you, you're gonna be rich. You're gonna be fucking famous. Like, I'm gonna make you famous. I'm gonna make you a big star." She just kept telling me that.
And that seemed to be the game that everybody run. I'm gonna make you famous. Just do this. I'm gonna make you famous. Like,
Yeah.
okay. So then, okay, so if everybody's in the room, they're participating in the orgy, stuff is getting licked, sucked, sticked. Okay. Did you see any protection being used?
I don't recall any protection being used.
Okay. Okay. And then what happened from there? From that point out of the bathroom?
Okay, so we come out of the bathroom or whatever, and then they're still doing the orgy, whatever, and they're telling me to join. And then I joined them or whatever, and the rest was just like a sexual night or whatever, and they gave each of the girls some money. And then after that, they left.
And then they left. Okay. So tell me what's going through your head. You're out of the country for the first time. You're 17. You're with someone that you see on TV. How are you processing all of this?
I was really happy at first. I thought it was gonna be like fun, and I was gonna be able to like have so much fun on this vacation with like somebody I looked up to or whatever. But when I found out it wasn't gonna be like that, I was really like traumatized. That's the word, traumatized.
Okay.
And, I had a lot of moments where I would just sit back and like be in deep thought. Like I just wanted to go home. I actually cried a few times too.
Right.
But I couldn't let her see us cry, because if she saw us cry, she'll start getting mad. And she'll actually tell you, "I'm going to leave you here in this country if you fuck up my money."
That is a real pimp. Okay. So how long were you guys there?
We were there for 5 days.
5 days. Okay. And then did you have sex with men the whole time you were there?
Yeah, we were doing sexual acts on men the whole time.
And you were able to get away with just giving head. They never wanted nothing else from you?
Yeah, because she told me that we were going to switch off the girls. So you'll just do mainly oral, and then we'll switch off some girls, and then some of them will have sex, some of them won't.
Okay. So, all right. So once you guys come back to the States, did she ever give you your part of the money?
Yes, once we got that money turned in, she counted all the money or whatever in front of us, and she gave us $10,000 each.
Damn.
And she kept the rest, but we know she had way more money than what we made.
Right. Can you speak on the main reasons why celebrities do go to countries like Nigeria, Dubai? Can you just speak on what they're actually there for?
They're actually there. My reason, I think they're actually there because they know there's like wealthy men who grew up in those countries and made a name for themselves. So they'll hook up with these men. They'll get lots of money, and then they'll trade it in for U.S. money, because you can triple it, double it, and then bring it back home and have way more money than what you went there with.
A whole hustle. I mean, yeah. Okay. So once you actually get back home, and you've been on this trip with Natalie, you've done whatever. From there, where did you expect the relationship with you and Natalie, or friendship or associateship? Where did you expect it to go?
Where did I expect it to go? I expected her to help me like go to auditions, because after that I kept hitting her up and I was like, "Hey, can you take me to the auditions?" Because she was gonna take me to the auditions for BGC 17, and I knew I wasn't gonna get on it. I wasn't expecting to get on it like how Sydney said she was gonna get on it. What I was expecting was they would talk to me, see something into me, and maybe give me another show, sign me to somebody else,
Okay. So you were hoping that they would love your personality and what you brought to the table. And then, yeah, because if you think about it, I mean, they were probably thinking liability with having a trans girl, because Bad Girls Club, you fight. Like, that's what they do. Okay. So, which still makes me honestly question if Sydney Starr was ever actually going to be on Bad Girls Club.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't buying that either. Okay. I wasn't quite buying that either. So let me ask you a question. I heard from a little birdie that Natalie actually slept with a Zeus producer, Daryl Farmer, in order to get Baddies ATL started. Do you know that to be true?
I don't know that to be true.
Okay. Okay. Do you think that's something that would be in her character?
Yes. She will have sex with whoever. Actually, she has the OnlyFans, and she has all these women and men on the OnlyFans, and she has sex with them still currently while she's married to Jacob. She's being ate out on the beds, having sex in showers, having sucking on titties as well, having other women suck on her. Is just doing a lot of nasty stuff.
Okay. Okay. So it's not nothing that would surprise you if it was true. Allegedly.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
we gotta say allegedly. Okay. Do you have you also heard about a certain person over there at Zeus getting
Christina pregnant?
Christina pregnant? Yes.
Yes, I have heard about that.
Okay. And is it true allegedly that Lemmy got her pregnant?
No, they lied to get the show more ratings. Sydney told me
Oh,
this.
okay. So that was a lie just to get the show more ratings.
Yeah.
So was Christina ever actually pregnant at all?
I don't think so. Sydney told me she's not even pregnant.
Damn. Okay. So how much of okay, so the whole Baddies ATL, like even when like Tanisha and Natalie had this beef before the show started, was that even real or was that made up too?
No, that was made up because Sarah actually posted the clip of them talking on the phone, and they were like, Natalie was all like, "Hey Sarah, can you give us an idea? Because me and Tanisha need to fake a beef so we can get some more subscriptions for Zeus."
Damn.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's genius marketing. We're gonna get into it online. Then we're gonna bring the shit to the. I mean, it's marketing. I can't be mad. I can't hate. I can't hate on it. So let me ask you this now. You have beef with Sydney Starr, correct?
Yes.
What's your beef with Sydney Starr?
So when she was actually filming for Zeus Baddies, when Judy went home, I contacted Sydney, and I was also posting on my story. I tagged Sarah, Judy, I tagged everybody who was in the house. And I said, y'all need to get me on the show. Maybe we could have 2 trans girls or whatever. And I was basically telling Sydney, like, you need me in there. Like, you need somebody who understands you in there. That's basically what I was trying to tell her. But she didn't understand that because she wanted to be the center of attention, the first trans bad girl. Well, you're going to be the first trans bad girl because you're already in the house. But, you know, you need to let other people have a chance because she wasn't doing it right. She was trying to be like, she was trying to mimic what she saw from other bitches on the show.
I mean, and even when I read the comments, it doesn't seem like people were really messing with Sydney being in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And so at this point, you know, I saw allegedly from a screenshot that you were threatened by Judy J. Judy. I got the voodoo for you bitches. That shit stuck in my head forever. But but so why did you and Judy J get into it?
So actually, I was doing a live on Instagram, and I do lives every night just to connect with my followers. And a girl came on by the name of Dream Nicole on my Instagram, and she made a whole bunch of allegations, basically that Tanisha and Natalie were in New York and Brooklyn sex trafficking minors for money, and that when Natalie got caught, and she had an open court case in New York, and she got caught, and she ran out of New York before they could get her, something like that. And then the girl, she did have a strong New York accent, so I kind of believed her. And she said that I forgot what she said. She said that nobody in Brooklyn respects Tanisha anymore after that went down. Then she also stated that Natalie and Judy had Natalie come to Chicago, and they had a threesome with a 16-year-old girl, and that they paid men to have sex with the girl too.
And was that true, or was it just all made up?
I don't know. She allegedly said that, and I had nothing to do with that. That's what she brought up to me. And so after that got posted or whatever, Judy came to me, and she was all like, I posted on my story and I tagged Judy. I was like, yeah, allegedly that Miss Judy Jai did this, whatever. And then she DM me, and she was like, hey, I know you want to be famous or whatever, but lying on people can get you killed. And I couldn't reply to DMs at the time, and I was trying to tell her, like, I didn't make up these allegations, somebody else did. But she kept texting that or whatever, and she told me, I know niggas in Chicago that don't play about me, you know, just an empty threat. And then she put a little eye and said, stay woke. And then after that, she was like, you want to be the woman I am, you're born with a whole dick, and I'll have you raped, murdered, and put somewhere where nobody will find you.
Damn.
So I immediately posted that up, and everybody went for her.
Damn. I mean, I'm not surprised that she said that. I would have thought she would have said she gonna throw a hex at you or something. She, because she walks around with a broom. So that's what I would have thought. But okay. Well, damn. And so you also allege that Sydney Starr is an escort in Atlanta.
Yes.
You know that to be true?
Yes, I actually have video proof of it. She was in Atlanta. She was doing tricks in her hotel room. She would have them come back and forth every night, sometimes 3 or 4 a night. And there's a video of her like having her head like smashed onto the nightstand, like she's having butt sex with this guy, and it was just nasty. And then there was also other videos of her doing 2 guys at a time, and they both had condoms on while she was giving them oral.
Okay.
So I found that to be really weird.
Now, when you said she was having butt sex, was she getting plowed or was she doing the plowing?
She was getting pounded.
She was getting pounded.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, we gotta ask for details. I'm just saying. So, all righty. Speak on really quick. How often do straight men hit on you?
A lot.
Like, so basically, you wouldn't have a problem getting a man.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem getting a man.
From the men you've been with, would we suspect anything if we saw them just walking down the street? Like, would we know?
No, I messed with like men who's very DL sometimes, so I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. All right. I just wanted you to speak on that. And so when me and you were going back and forth on IG, a lot of people hopped in my DMs about you. And so one of their allegations about you is that you faked these DMs. So do you have a response to that?
I didn't fake any DMs. I actually showed when I have 2 phones. And so when I went live, my followers can even vouch for me in the comments. And they can tell you, I was showing all the DMs, Jayla's DMs, Judy, Sydney, all of them. And I went through the messages, scrolled through it. I even showed them receipts of Sydney tricking off. I had Natalie's OnlyFans videos of her cheating on her husband. And I had everything. So my followers know what's true and what's not.
Okay. So you said, okay. There's also one more question. There's also someone out there that's saying they went to high school with you and that you faked having Tourette's. Is that true?
Yes, I was actually on TikTok like a year ago, and I had no followers. I had like 62 followers, and I posted a video of me just, messing around, pretending that I had Tourette's. It wasn't anything serious. Then when I woke up, it blew up, and I had 100K followers, and I was like, oh shit! But I eventually got banned after that.
Okay. So, I mean, you've been open, you've been honest. I want you to go ahead. Before we take some questions, I want you to go ahead and tell the people where they can find you and your music.
Okay. You guys can find me on Instagram at LaLaChiraq. You can see my name on the screen. After this, I will be live on Instagram as well. And I will, maybe if you guys have more questions, we can talk on there. And you can find my music through my Instagram. I have links sometimes, and I also post my music.
Nice. Dope. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the link here. Now, if y'all got any questions, I'm gonna let like 5 people ask questions. 5 people. And then we're gonna let Lala go. Lala had a good internet connection. Lala had good sound. Lala got good lighting. Lala came ready and prepared. Man. Okay, they want to know, ask her about working with you. You never got on Zeus Network though, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. She had never actually got on that on Zeus Network.
I was trying to though.
You were trying to, yeah. All right. Sunshine Hours says she's not lying. I keep saying so people get it. She didn't lie. All those are 100% real. She's not lying. These straight men don't care here in Atlanta. Lala can't repost if she wants for proof because some people didn't even know she had proof of the screenshots. You can go right to her IG page and see the screenshots. Ask her if she sold her soul. I don't know what that means. Okay. I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like anybody wants to hop on, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say thank you so much for coming on. And
can I say one more thing?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
About Jayla. So I actually asked her because she's in Dubai right now and she's escorting, and I know this for a fact. Because on Natalie's OnlyFans, there's videos of her and Jayla as well, and there was also a boat video of her twerking on this guy. Jayla was on top, and there was a girl also on top of the guy while Jayla was twerking. And so I went to Jayla's DMs and I asked her, I was like, hey, can you just admit that you're like escorting with Natalie? And then her reply was, bitch, don't play with me and don't play with my name. And then she basically got very mad and she started insulting me. So we went back and forth, whatever. She told me she was going to put a spell on me. And then I was like, yeah, whatever. And then after that, she blocked me as well.
Damn. So then after that, they just like, well, okay, I'm going to throw a spell at you. Okay, damn. All right. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to say this. I think I have always wondered, this is my personal opinion. I've always wondered how these girls make money after the show, because the show doesn't pay a lot. And after club appearances and all that stuff, after that kind of goes away, like, what are you doing? Because you don't want to be like, oh, go ahead.
Because Judy, she did a couple trick offs with Natalie as well to get a bag. That's why she's so attached to Natalie, and she won't let her go because Natalie doesn't even like her. She talks so much shit about her, and Judy wants to be her friend so bad. So that's because Natalie already knows. And then Tanisha, she won't speak up because everybody in Brooklyn already knows about her. And then the fact that Natalie knows so much about Tanisha because Tanisha was trying to make money with Natalie as well because they were exchanging money. Natalie was giving her hush money to be quiet about certain things that they were doing. So Tanisha never comes out about it. So it's just mess after mess after mess. Yes. Okay. All right. I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you, Lala, for coming on. And hey, they may respond, they may not. I don't know. But but I know you ain't afraid to load up and respond back. So I'm surely not. Take it easy now. Have a good night, okay? Thank you. Goodbye. Right, bye-bye. All right, guys. So that was our interview. I asked her the questions. I also asked her the questions that you guys dumped in my DMs, because if she's going to talk, we also have to be fair to both sides. I'm not biased in this. I asked her about the fake DM. It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.